A resounding victory for the Congress party in the state of Karnataka. Yesterday was the day of celebration. Today is the day of deliberation, where the Congress party now has an important task on its hand to choose the Chief Minister of the state of Karnataka, where the party has almost broken many records in terms of the vote percentage and has successfully ended their campaign, which the party more or less started about a year ago against the incumbent BJP government. Now, the CLP meeting, these visuals are of the CLP meeting which has just started in Bengaluru. DK Shivakumar, one of the key aspirants as far as the Chief Minister's post is concerned, reaching that meeting. Siddaramaiah, his senior colleague, also there. You can see these visuals of Mr. Siddaramaiah as well. Important meeting taking place today. And earlier today, Mallikarjun Kharge, the Congress president, went to Delhi to have his consultations with the Gandhi family. Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi took part in those consultations. So Mallikarjun Kharge now back in Bengaluru. It is going to be an important step as far as the Congress is concerned. Remember, this victory, a hard-fought victory for the Congress party, but a very, very important victory for the future of the Congress party, for its hopes of revival, and also for the larger plans of the Congress party ahead of 2024 elections. Who becomes the Chief Minister not only assumes significance in that aspect, but also can the Congress, in a state where it has two very, very strong personalities, two big leaders, vying for that post openly during the entire campaign, saying that they have the ambition to lead the government in Karnataka. Can the Congress decide, can the Congress party prevail and make sure that at least some sort of a formula is reached, which the party doesn't repeat the mistakes which we have seen costing the party governments in Madhya Pradesh and also the headache in Rajasthan with the rebellion of Sachin Pilot. The Congress would definitely want to avoid a similar situation there in Karnataka. So who will prevail? DK Shivakumar, Mr. Siddaramaiah. We will discuss all those things in detail. One thing we know is that on 18th is the oath-taking ceremony. So the date is set. Who is going to be the key man, the Chief Minister for Karnataka? Will it be Mr. Siddaramaiah again for the Congress party, or will it be DK Shivakumar, who has been saying he has sacrificed a lot for the political party and for the last couple of years been at the forefront of this entire campaign for the Congress in the state of Karnataka? Very quickly, let's go across first to our colleagues, those who are joining us at this moment. Sunil Prabhu and Shrija are in Bengaluru. In fact, tracking minute-by-minute developments which are taking place there. Shrija, let me come to you first at this moment. What is happening? Because, since the morning, many would call it that the pressure tactics are on from both the sides. Posters of DK Shivakumar, slogans, shouting in favor of DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah. It's not going to be an easy task. I can see a lot of action behind you. Go ahead.
Well, let me first show you the visuals onto my left. Now, this is Siddaramaiah's poster. You have, of course, a slogan war. I'm caught in midst of that. A slogan war right outside Shangri-La Hotel, and where the CLP, the Congress Legislature Party meeting, is currently underway. On the other side, on the opposite side, you of course have slogans being chanted by the supporters. DK for CM. So this has been on for the last 1 hour or so. There's so much excitement on one hand for the DK supporters, and of course on the other hand you have several of the supporters demanding that Siddaramaiah be made the CM. And yes, this is something which has continued for so long. The police are also trying to especially stop the crowd, because the crowd has only swelled over the last 1 hour or two. And yes, right now the CLP meeting is currently on. And more importantly, we see, of course, as per what Mr. K.C. Venugopal did, of course, tell NDTV that yes, the decision will not be taken today. However, more importantly, according to Siddaramaiah, when he spoke to NDTV, he did actually mention saying how they would be following a democratic process of selecting a chief minister. But that democratic process, of course, means that where the MLAs will vote for who the chief minister should be, the next chief minister, will it be DK Shivakumar or is it going to be Siddaramaiah? Now, depending on that, we understand the High Command will be taking a decision. So all this depends upon especially the MLAs. We also understand from our inside sources, you know, maximum support especially is for Siddaramaiah, because of course once before he has been the chief minister, he has been an administrator, he knows especially as far as how Karnataka politics, administration, all that works. But as far as the DK Shivakumar is concerned, he is very close to the Gandhis. He's a very, very important person in terms of being a taskmaster, of course, the muscle man is what they call, because for all the troubles, any troubles with respect to Congress party, they reach out to him. He is the go-to person in the Congress party. But when it comes to really administration, it is all with Siddaramaiah. But again, how all these tactics are being worked out at this point in time, yes, right outside, like you did point out, there is pressure tactics. Like, you know, you have two different factions. One, of course, DK supporters. The other is the Siddaramaiah supporters, all shouting the slogan, saying that they should be made the CM. But again, you can only have one chief minister, right? Not really two chief ministers. But how exactly Congress is trying to work that out? Because, of course, what we do understand is that on one hand, it's very crucial for the Congress to ensure that there won't be any factions within the party, because we have seen a resounding victory for the Congress. Of course, it's been a humiliating defeat for the BJP, but again, it's been a thumping victory for the Congress. Just simply crossing over 135 seats is what we have seen as far as basically the Congress is concerned. But now we, of course, have the Congress supporters, both sides, demanding that Siddaramaiah be made the chief minister. On the other hand, you have slogans being shouted that DK be made the chief minister.
Shivakumar supporters also shouting his name. And Shrija, you know, we were talking about this when we were in Bengaluru, that hopefully there will be a clear majority and there will be less work for people on the ground. Veeraraghav also with us at this moment, but it doesn't seem a lot of work, in fact, as far as the reporters are concerned, even at this moment. Veeraraghav, let me just very quickly go across also to Sunil Prabhu, who is joining us. He's inside the hotel where this CLP meeting is taking place. Sunil, what is the inside dope with all this slogan shouting which is taking outside? Optics, both sides, pressure groups, tactics, everything being employed there. What's the mood inside as far as the Congress party is concerned?
Well, let me just give you an update. The meeting has still yet to start. It hasn't started as of now. Right now, senior leaders, that is Mr. K.C. Venugopal, Mr. Randeep Singh Surjewala, the three observers, along with Mr. Siddaramaiah as well as Mr. DK Shivakumar, are having a meeting, and they are discussing various threads, and MLAs who have been elected are still sipping coffee as we speak and having snacks. But the meeting, just to update our viewers, hasn't started. This is going to be an the swearing-in date has been fixed. It's the 18th. The Congress President, Mr. Kharge, along with the three Gandhis, the former Congress President Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, as well as Priyanka Gandhi, are expected. Leaders of like-minded opposition parties are being invited for the swearing-in, and they will definitely go through that entire process of the CLP meeting, where they will ascertain the views of every MLA and try to find this, clash between Mr. Siddaramaiah and Mr. DK Shivakumar, how to find a way forward in terms of their aspirations.
Sunil, may I ask you a very quick question on, the Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge today in the morning went to Delhi, has come back. Any word on what happened, what were the consultations like, and what's the mood as far as the MLAs are concerned between DK Shivakumar and Mr. Siddaramaiah?
So that consultation process is still going on, and Mr. Kharge has postponed his departure. He will probably come back only tomorrow. So that consultation place, he will be dependent on what inputs he gets from the observers here in New Delhi, in Bangalore before he has a proper consultation with Rahul Gandhi and then over the telephone with Sonia Gandhi. He would like to broad-base those consultations and ensure that whatever decision is taken, that this victory of the Congress party does not get dissipated. As I said, the swearing date has been fixed. The leaders and the cabinet have still to be decided. Much will depend on who the Chief Minister will be, and they need to find out who has the support of the MLAs before they can take it forward.
Sunil, please stay on with me. I'll just keep coming back to you. The meeting is yet to start. It was about to start at 6 o'clock. Veera Raghav, that also tells you the difficulty at the hands of the Congress leadership. Who to choose? It's not going to be an easy choice. Both of them are quite strong leaders, have played significant role as far as Congress's victory is concerned. In terms of the MLAs, those who have been elected, what's the mood? Who possibly, if you can take a guess, who possibly has more support as far as the MLAs are concerned?
I don't think you can take a guess at this stage, Ankit, and it's very dangerous to take a guess. It's like taking a guess on the Karnataka election results itself. So, but yes, there is a sense that it's tilting towards Siddaramaiah. But remember, in 2013, a similar question was asked, but at that time it was categorical because Siddaramaiah has his loyalists within the party and could break away at that time if the Congress didn't make him Chief Minister, and he was made Chief Minister at that time categorically. But this time, the old guard, which Siddaramaiah has largely alienated, may not take this quietly. I mean, I don't think this decision will be taken without a pushback. Already sources close to DK Shivakumar are saying if he's not made Chief Minister, he might just try to remain an MLA and not be part of a cabinet. I mean, obviously these are information that sources keep sharing at that stage to reiterate how important it is for them to get that job. So I think it's going to be a tough balancing act, but really the larger mass leader, the larger figure in terms of political stature in the state would be Siddaramaiah. But given that, how it's going to play out within what kind of equations are going on, DK Shivakumar has his proximity to the Congress High Command, as you've been pointing out, a troubleshooter for the Congress, has strong presence there as well. So both candidates have their positives and negatives. We'll have to see how this is going to play out. It won't be just about the loyalists and the MLAs there in Bangalore. It will also be about several MLAs who owe their allegiance to the Congress party and would go by the High Command's decision. So it's going to be a mutual decision between Bangalore and Delhi that will have to be taken, and something that will need the accommodation for the person, a proper accommodation for the person who is not being made the Chief Minister as well.
Well, that's true. You can't, make a guess. But the fact is that, be it the Karnataka elections, a lot of exit polls and people, those who more or less came very close to the real number. So there has been quite informative guessing on that as well. But let me quickly go across to Mr. Nagaraju, who is joining us at this moment, Congress spokesperson. Mr. Nagaraju, I just want to very quickly ask you, sir, how is the Congress leadership looking at this sloganeering match which is going on outside the CLP meeting? Many would see this as both Mr. DK Shivakumar and Mr. Siddaramaiah's supporters, both, trying to send across a message, pressure tactics on the Congress leadership.
Nothing of that sort is happening here. Actually speaking, that we have fought the elections in a collective leadership, and we believe in a collective leadership. We have a bigger task than Karnataka state election. 2024 is a bigger task for us. We are preparing for that, and definitely we will take the opinions of all the MLAs and the High Command. As you said, that with Bangalore and High Command will have a consensus decision on this matter.
Mr. Yadav, but at this moment, what is happening outside, this is something the Congress party, not in one state, but in more than 2 states, has burnt its hands with the 2 strong leaders or more than 2 strong leaders fighting it out for the top job. Is there a formula in mind as far as the Congress party is concerned so that the same mistake is not repeated here in Karnataka?
100% Congress is keeping a very careful steps forward, and the lessons we have learned from other states what has happened, and we will not take any decision in such a way anybody is upset. We will see that everybody is taken into confidence, everybody's opinion is taken into confidence, and definitely Mallikarjun Kharge is from Karnataka. He knows every MLA individually, he knows them, and he has got a personal touch with every MLA. And the issues are completely different from Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, or Karnataka is completely different, and Karnataka is going to be the role model for the entire formation of the government, nor taking for the Congress policies in the country to fight back the criminal forces.
Sir, in the morning today, Mr. D.K. Shivakumar said, I've sacrificed a lot for the party. Was this an indication this is time for the party to somehow pay back the amount of hard work that he has put in?
One thing is definite. He is a PCC chief. He has done his best. He has been working from the day he became the KPCC chief. Even at the time of COVID time also, he kept the party so alive. He went to the poor people and affected people. And he has done everything possible for him. He is a natural contender for chief ministership. At the same time, we have a popular leader and a mass leader, Siddaramaiah Sahab, also on the other side, who has also performed himself to the great extent. And it is the issue of these two people. Today we got 135 seats, and it is a contribution of both the leaders equally to bring the communal end to the communal force in Karnataka state. So it is not saying that only Shivakumar Sahab, or you can't say only CLP leader. Ultimately, the consensus decision will be taken by the High Command with the opinion of all the MLAs.
Mr. Nagaraj Yadav, I know that I've been told that you have to also go into this meeting, but can you just walk our viewers through what are the next steps? What will happen today, by when this meeting will conclude, and what will happen from now to 18th?
No, one thing I'll tell you to all the viewers of NDTV and especially to the voters of Karnataka, we are thankful for them and we will keep up with the expectations of the people, and no such difference of opinion will come out on this particular issue, and there will be consensus decisions will be taken, and we will give a very progressive government to the people of Karnataka, inclusive of all sections of society.
Mr. Nagaraj Yadav, thank you so much for joining us at this moment, sir. Amitabh Tiwari, political strategist, also with us at this moment. Amitabh, good to have you on the phone line at this moment. What would be the most important thing, or at least a couple of most important factors that the Congress High Command will have to keep in mind before they decide who becomes the next Chief Minister in Karnataka?
I think the most important question is going to be who has the support of the highest number of MLAs. See, whatever said and done, as you mentioned, the Congress High Command has already burnt its fingers trying to replace a Chief Minister in Rajasthan. So I don't think, despite Mallikarjun Kharge being from Karnataka, I don't think the Congress High Command, because the High Command includes the Gandhi family also, are in a position to exercise or put their own man as the Chief Minister of Karnataka. So it is going to be D.K. Shivakumar or Siddaramaiah or whoever who enjoys the support of the highest number of MLAs out of the 135-1. So if D.K. Shivakumar does not have the MLAs with him, just like Sachin Pilot did not have in the rebellion in 2020, and he may not have the rightful claim to the post of the Chief Minister. So I think it is going to be a fairly democratic exercise in that sense. Whoever has the numbers will win. Yeah.
Okay, I have to slip into a very short break, but very quickly, Amitabh, the Congress will also, apart from these two big faces, the Congress also has to balance out a lot of other issues. 34 seats the Congress party has won as far as the Lingayat stronghold are concerned. I was reading one, in fact, information that is the highest in 30 years. 25% of the Congress MLAs come from this community. So, trying to balance out the Lingayats, which are now gravitating a bit towards the Congress party, also the Vocaligas, other castes, it's not going to be an easy task. Everybody at least would wanting, the main caste, like the Lingayats, would be wanting at least a deputy chief minister, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the deputy CM post can be used to appeal or satisfy all the other claimants, as you said, like the Lingayats or even the Dalits and the minorities who have consolidated largely behind the Congress in this election. I don't think they could risk with the Lingayat chief minister, because politics is not, or elections is not just about arithmetic. As soon as the Lingayat community enters into the social coalition umbrella of the Congress party, it would naturally disturb the other elements within its existing bloc, mainly of the Vocaligas, because the Vocaligas and the Lingayats have a political rivalry in the state.
They have the political rivalry. That is why also it will be important to see whether D.K. Shivakumar, in that sense, also goes ahead and is chosen as the Chief Minister, because the Congress would want some sort of a coalition going, an effective coalition going, social coalition engineering ahead of the 2024 elections as well. The BJP last time, remember, in 2019, maximized the state of Karnataka. It's up to the Congress to see how much they can gain from there on. A quick break at this moment. Our colleagues are going to be with us. We'll get to the latest from the action which is coming in from Bengaluru. Congress yet to decide the Chief Minister of Karnataka. All right, welcome back. The big focus here at this moment, kaun banega Congress ka Chief Minister in the state of Karnataka, the King of Karnataka. Fight going on. There is a meeting as well. A lot of sloganeering and pressure tactics being deployed. But let me go across to Veeraraghav. Veeraraghav, what works for each of these candidates? Because there will be certain parameters that the Congress leadership would also be looking into. What goes for them? What goes against them when the Congress party takes a decision?
But before we get that, Ankit, quickly, how is this going to work? Look, they all have their loyalists, right? Siddaramaiah has his loyalists, DKS would have some of his loyalists, but the party high command also has its loyalists who would allow the decision to be taken by the high command. So I think it's got to be a mutual decision between Delhi and Bangalore that's going to be taken. And in terms of that, the positives, let's first take DK Shivakumar. The positives one would see is loyalty and proximity to the party high command. Someone who, if he's made CM, the party high command will have a great hold over. Troubleshooter in a crisis for the party, money, power and links to have a firm grip on MLAs, backing of the party's old guard and even perhaps the AICC president. Look, as I told you, Siddaramaiah's rise had alienated some of the old Congress leaders after 2006 when Siddaramaiah came in 2013 to 2018. So that guard may want to push back this time. Negatives of DKS, fighting IT and ED cases on disproportionate income, Vokkaliga caste, and that could alienate other caste groups, as you've been pointing out. Lesser experience than Siddaramaiah, popularity and influence is restricted to the old Mysuru region. Siddaramaiah, positives, considered the most popular mass leader of not just the Congress, but perhaps even across parties in Karnataka, has influence in all regions and amongst all caste groups, experience of competing term as Chief Minister and firm backing of some powerful senior Congress MLAs and his own loyalists. Most ministerial contenders have worked in his cabinet between 2013 and 2018. Negatives, alienated the party's old guard, considered authoritarian by his detractors. Influence of the Delhi and party high command would be curtailed if it is Siddaramaiah in charge there. Sections would have its influence, but not all of them. Animosity with the JDS, remember, may not have the support of the Vokkaliga caste groups. Now, that's the larger opposition narrative in terms of alienating one particular party. And these are the positives and negatives. Congress will have to look at who is the better bet for 2024. I think this may not be a decision which may last a full 5 years. I think a lot would also depend on 2024 and what happens after that. But for the moment, they will have to look at how they're going to keep this rainbow coalition, as you pointed out, and who the leader is who can keep all groups together while accommodating the one who's not going to be made properly, so that there's no factionalism within the party.
And it's extremely easier than it's said than it's absolutely being done. I mean, it's a lot of permutation combination that Congress party at this moment we're looking at. Very, very interesting. We'll take a quick break, come back. A lot of action there in Bengaluru. Our focus remains on this story. A resounding victory for the Congress party in the state of Karnataka. Yesterday was the day of celebration. Today is the day of deliberation, where the Congress party now has an important task on its hand to choose the Chief Minister of the state of Karnataka, where the party has, almost broken many records in terms of the vote percentage and has successfully ended their campaign, which the party more or less started about a year ago against the incumbent BJP government. Now, the CLP meeting, these visuals are of the CLP meeting which has just started in Bengaluru. DK Shivakumar, one of the key aspirants as far as the Chief Minister's post is concerned, reaching that meeting. Siddaramaiah, his senior colleague, also there. You can see these visuals of Mr. Siddaramaiah as well. Important meeting taking place today. And earlier today, Mallikarjun Kharge, the Congress president, went to Delhi to have his All right, the much-awaited CLP meeting of the Congress party now beginning. These shots are coming in from inside. I can see Randeep Singh Surjewala, Jairam Ramesh as well there. The newly minted Congress MLAs also part of this meeting. And in the front row, you can see Mr. Siddaramaiah. You can also see Mr. DK Shivakumar. So the meeting of the Congress party has started finally. It was supposed to start yesterday. The time was given at 5. Then it was pushed to 6. And a lot of drama happening outside the hotel where this meeting is taking place in Bengaluru, where supporters of both Mr. DK Shivakumar and Mr. Siddaramaiah are slugging it out and shouting slogans demanding their favourite to be made the Chief Minister of Karnataka. There you see both the top contenders, the two important leaders, DK Shivakumar and Mr. Siddaramaiah, sitting next to each other. Sunil Prabhu, my colleague, joining us at this moment on the phone line. He is at this very venue where this meeting is taking place. 3 observers of the central leadership as well there, Sunil. The meeting has finally started. What is the process from here on? How long is it going to take?
Well, here I think there is going to be a one-line resolution where they're going to leave it to the Congress High Command, the Congress President, to take a decision. That's the usual way, and that's what was expected, and that was what we were told by the AICC General Secretary in charge of organization. So it's in that context that the meeting is underway. So we'll have to wait and see how things carry on.
Sunil, outside there is, of course, a lot of sloganeering going on. Would you tell our viewers, in fact, who are these observers, those who have been appointed? What would their role be in this entire process?
Well, firstly about those, show of strength, that will continue. I think that was well known that when the Congress does win, both Mr. Siddaramaiah and Mr. Shivakumar will definitely like to claim the topmost post of Chief Minister. Both have made no secret about it. As we've been saying consistently, Mr. Siddaramaiah is the front runner, but Mr. DK Shivakumar is not giving up without a fight because he's worked, according to him, right through the entire pandemic for the last 3 years, to strengthen the Congress party right through this entire process. The 3 observers that have been appointed, all Gandhi loyalists, independent. One is Sushil Kumar Shinde, who is the former Chief Minister and who's also, to a great extent, been a victim in terms of this High Command decision. If you recall, in Maharashtra, he was a sitting Chief Minister. After the elections, he was, in fact, elected to be the CLP, and then it was decided that he will not. He will give that seat to Vilas Rao Deshmukh, and that is how he was appointed. And then he became a governor. Ultimately, came back after the Congress convention to become the Home Minister, and subsequently carried on with national politics. So he's one of them. The other is a Gandhi loyalist, Mr. Jitendra Singh from Rajasthan, as well as Mr. Deepak Bavaria, who's also been a former General Secretary. So all with large experience working with Mr. Randeep Surjewala as well as Mr. Venugopal, and they will get the views of each MLA and ascertain that before going ahead with that entire process of naming who will be the next Chief Minister.
Sunil, there are very few who have reported so closely on the Congress as much as you have. Given that this one, what do you say is different about this CLP meeting that one is having? Is it, as you pointed out, while Siddaramaiah may be a front runner, there is going to be a pushback this time from the old guard and DKS on that side, who's worked really hard in these elections? That's one part of it. The second is, at some level, it's got to be a decision between Bangalore and Delhi. You take the consensus of MLAs, but there are also party loyalist MLAs amongst them, right? So it's got to be a two-way street there. Both sides will have their share in this decision.
That's right. Both sides will definitely have their side, and the High Command will have to definitely take into account who can ascertain the views of the the MLAs. As you are well aware, in the Congress party, they definitely want various views of various MLAs to be taken into account. Who has the maximum number? What is the fallout of this? How much can they placate? Mr. DK Shivakumar, as you rightly pointed out, is not giving up without a fight. For him, what he believes an opportune time for the party to reward him, because he's been through and helped the party. He's faced the CBI and ED cases. Mr. Siddaramaiah has said that this is my last election. He is very keen on becoming the Chief Minister. And as I said, he's a clear front runner. Ultimately, I think what is going in the High Command's view will be how, who is going to be able to deliver on the election promises that have been given in the manifesto. Free bus ride, free 10 kgs of rice, women, head of the family getting 2,000 rupees, undergraduates being given 3,000, 1,500, free electricity. That's going to be critical because they have to deliver on this for 2024. The critical part is for the Congress party to make inroads where it had went down to a single digit of number 1, where Mr. D.K. Suresh is the only MLA, to be able to get, back that out of the 28, at least in terms of the numbers, a substantial amount if the Congress has to be in the reckoning in the 2024 election. So that's going to be the critical thinking for the Congress High Command in deciding who the Chief Minister will be. Of course, everybody will have to be taken along, and much will depend on whether Mr. D.K. Shivakumar relents and sees reason in terms of, trying to find a way forward.
Right. Sunil, thank you. And stay on with us, sir. We also have Mr. Rajiv Gaura, former member of Rajya Sabha for the Congress party. Mr. Gaura, thank you so much for joining us at this moment, sir. All eyes in your city, Bengaluru, at this moment. Who becomes the Chief Minister? If you could take our viewers through the process, how are things going to pan out from here on till 18th when the swearing-in ceremony actually takes place?
Well, the party leadership is consulting each and every Congress MLA. And from what I could see, even an independent MLA has also joined today and joined us in the meeting. And basically, what the leadership will do is ask each one for their opinion. And we have a very happy situation here where we have multiple options, people who are outstanding mass leaders. We have, people who have done an amazing job helping the Congress win. So there's no shortage of potential chief ministerial candidates who are deserving and who are all eminently capable of taking, strengthening the Congress, not just in Karnataka, but nationally as well. So, this meeting essentially will be a meeting where every legislator's opinion will be sought. That will be the process is going to be overseen by the 3 central observers. I think I heard you, describing the process fairly clearly, and so I won't repeat that. But basically, after this, there's going to be a process of consultation and discussion at the highest levels, and even the contenders for the chief ministership will be consulted, and ultimately a consensual decision will be taken.
Professor Gaura, though you say it's a happy situation where you have multiple options as far as the Chief Minister is concerned, sir, this happy situation in other states did not work out very well for the Congress party. So what could be the formula that the Congress party is looking at this moment that there is a smooth 5-year transition for the government?
I think you will see some creative solutions that will keep, both or many sides happy and will simultaneously strengthen the party. See, basically the party is in a situation where we absolutely have to work together and think of the larger party's revival and the nation itself. So, individual ambitions are not paramount. We have some larger agendas. And that's really what is going to keep every loyal Congress leader very, very committed to the larger cause.
Right. Rajiv, quick question. What's Mr. Kharge's role in all of this? And do you see, when you say you have so many options, are you saying that the options are not restricted to just DKS and Siddaramaiah?
See, Mr. Kharge is the national president. He has gone back to Delhi. He left this afternoon. And so he's not here. And what's happening here is happening at the state level. But once the input is taken, the observers and the general secretaries will confer with the Congress president and possibly with some of the previous Congress presidents, and there'll be a widespread consultation. I don't, I cannot say who all are in the race, but the two faces that were the faces of our campaign were Mr. Siddaramaiah and Mr. Shivakumar.
Mr. Gowda, thank you so much, Professor Gowda, for joining us and giving us your point of view on this very, very important meeting and the process which is taking place at this moment in Bengaluru. Let me also bring in our colleague Shrija, who's joining us from outside this hotel where the meeting is taking place. Shrija, if somebody would look at these visuals of inside the hotel, they wouldn't believe what is happening outside. The slogan war which is going on. Everybody inside sitting calm, collected. Both DK Shivakumar and Mr. Siddaramaiah sitting next to each other. Just give our viewers a sense of what's happening outside.
Well, that's something which the High Command has always asked both DK Shivakumar and also Siddaramaiah to maintain a united front. Of course, there have been several reports in the past with regard to their rift, but we have also seen at the same time how especially both of the leaders have conveyed their, CM aspirations, ambitions on various platforms as well. But eventually they had to be brought together, also show up a united front. This is only because the High Command asked them to do so. On several occasions, we have also shown, especially the kind of, the camaraderie that they had shared on a public platform. Also, at one point in time, we did see the gesture by Rahul Gandhi, making both these leaders, in fact, shake their hands right in front of the public. So again, they have taken this particular election 2023 way towards, in terms of a united front. Of course, on one hand, you had DK campaigning, on one side of Karnataka. On the other hand, you had Mr. Siddaramaiah also campaigning. So, of course, here in the state of Karnataka for Congress, it was more about DK and Siddaramaiah as well. But now, of course, the people of Karnataka have given a clear mandate to Congress. It's a thumping victory to Congress, but again they have another headache right here, because they will have to be able to choose one particular person. You cannot have two chief ministers. Of course, you need to have just one. So who among them, whether it is going to be DK Shivakumar or Siddaramaiah, we will know. But again, today is not the day for that. Today we are going to see that how many of the MLAs will support Mr. DK Shivakumar, how many of them will support Siddaramaiah is something that we will get to know. But later, according to what Siddaramaiah did, of course, tell NDTV, there's going to be a democratic process that they will have to follow to eventually select the Chief Minister for Karnataka. Back to you.
Just stay on with us. In fact, what Sunil was telling us earlier, Veera, the resolution, the one-line resolution, as the practice always is for the Congress party, has been passed. And in this meeting, in fact, we have the copy of the resolution. We'll just put this out in a moment on our screens as well. The Congress Legislative Party unanimously resolves that AICC President is hereby authorized to appoint new leader of the Congress Legislature Party. That one-line resolution, has been passed. Sunil, as you were telling us earlier, the one-line resolution has been passed. Does that mean the meeting is over?
Well, the meeting will be over, and now what happens is the process begins, where each MLA, all these 135 MLAs separately, individually, and those, of course, who are supporting the Congress party, their views will be asserted. And this will be in a closed door to basically get the views of whether they're supporting the Congress High Command to take a decision, or they're leaving it, or they're supporting DK Shivakumar, or they're supporting Siddaramaiah. Once they have that number, then they go back with that entire process and report back to Mr. Kharge, who will consult the Congress leadership. In this case, the Gandhis, both Sonia Gandhi as well as Rahul Gandhi, as well as Mr. Venugopal and Mr. Randeep, and then they take a holistic view of how they can go about that entire process. So that's the, what we call the bread and butter of how the Congress party functions, the nuts and bolts, and then that entire process will get underway. As I've been saying consistently, Mr. Siddaramaiah is the front runner, but Mr. DK Shivakumar believes that his time has come to become the Chief Minister, and is dependent and keen and making that point that he would want his pound of flesh at this stage because he's worked for the party and he wants to be the Chief Minister. He believes it's his victory. Mr. Siddaramaiah said it's his last election, and there was a broad consensus earlier that he would be the chief ministerial candidate. But ultimately, we'll have to wait and see how things play out. Who becomes the chief minister is, as Mr. Arvind Deshpande, who's a 9-time MLA, told me, $1 million question. But the front runner, as I said, is Mr. Siddaramaiah at present.
So, Sunil, quickly, does this mean that categorically a decision hasn't been taken? Because the CLP usually works in two ways, right? One is decision has been taken, but it's formally referred to the High Command, which communicates it. Does this mean that the decision A hasn't been taken? And does this mean B, that really the High Command needs to talk to both of them clearly before finalizing a decision on this matter? Is it just going to be observations from the meeting that the observers are going to take back to the High Command?
No, they will definitely have to have a consultation with Mr. Siddaramaiah as well as Mr. D.K. Shivakumar, Mr. Randeep Singh Surjewala, who had told us about the swearing-in ceremony on the 18th, that the Gandhis will be participating. Made it clear that the swearing-in, the formalities in terms of a decision will take a day or two. Since they have time on their side till the 18th, they will, use this opportunity to really work and build a consensus that the Congress has a broad-based coalition because the MLAs that they represent in terms of caste, in terms of region, in terms of community, and also deliver on those promises. As I said, the key factor for the Congress High Command will be who will be able to deliver for the Congress party in terms of Lok Sabha seats in 2024 elections.
Sunil, thank you for joining us at this moment. Veera Raghav, I have a question for you. Like we were talking about earlier, D.K. Shivakumar is, in fact, this time in the mood to push back. He has made enough hints by again and again saying, that he has been a party loyalist. He has worked very hard for the party, suffered for the party, sacrificed for the party, cried when he gave the first reaction after the victory. Also on his mind, when people keep saying that he's a young leader in comparison to Mr. Siddaramaiah, considering the revolving door politics of Karnataka, he's, if I'm not mistaken, 61 right now. Yeah. 5 years, if he's denied the Chief Minister's post, and let's assume the BJP wins the next election, it will be 71 by the time he gets his chance to become the Chief Minister.
Look, in politics, you need to seize the day. You can't wait for a few years. And I think inside the Congress, after Sachin Pilot's experience, I think most of them have realized that don't postpone it for another day. That's true. But what is it that he's constantly, you keep quoting him, telling you, royalty for loyalty? Is that what he told? Yeah. So I think, look, 2006, Siddaramaiah comes into the party. Till 2008, Mallikarjun Kharge was president of the party in Karnataka Pradesh Congress Committee president. After the 2013 elections, there was a categorical stamp of Siddaramaiah over the Congress. He became such a powerful leader that in 2018 elections, he sort of decided the candidates. It was his campaign managers who were working around in the 2018 elections. If I remember right, it was his pollsters who were deciding who the constituents, who were going to be given tickets or not. So I think Siddaramaiah had a huge stamp over the party, but he alienated the old guard. There were several Congress leaders from Delhi, including AICC observers, who would come down and they would have to deal with Siddaramaiah on his terms. That's not how the Congress party has traditionally functioned. So I think the old guard also wants to have a pushback and have its space in this. And remember, when Siddaramaiah came to power, he didn't induct D.K. Shivakumar into his cabinet. He waited a long time before D.K. Shivakumar was given a cabinet post, almost a few years before DKS was inducted into the cabinet. So their rivalry, their animosity is quite strong. They're both aggressive and strong personalities. They've run an extremely good campaign together, coherent in the election campaign. But I think there is going to be a pushback this time. It's not going to be, D.K. Shivakumar is a loyalist and will just accept a decision that's taken by the High Command. That's the sense I'm getting from people close to him. But as Sunil's saying, even at the moment, Siddaramaiah, because of his stature as the tall leader, remains a front runner.
Absolutely. It's also about managing the government and who can deliver, as Sunil was telling us, on those promises which the Congress has made. Important it will be for the Congress party. We keep insisting. Karnataka, ladies and gentlemen, the 6th largest state in terms of the Lok Sabha seats, 28 Lok Sabha seats, and for 2024, it is going to be very, very important. Thank you so much for joining us at this moment. We are slipping into a very short break. Deliberations in the Congress at this moment are over at this hotel, but make no mistake, there will be consultations which will go on till late night today and of course tomorrow as well. this battle on who becomes the Karnataka Chief Minister. NDTV will get you a 360-degree view. Stay tuned.